Hey everybody, I want to share something that's very informative that is available to the public on the IRS.gov website that explains how you can save money on taxes and use those savings, use your pre-tax dollars towards medical expenses that are deemed qualified by the IRS so you don't pay taxes. And that is through what's called a health savings account or HSA. I'm here on the IRS.gov homepage. I'm going to pull up what is called IRS Publication 969. That's where it talks about health savings accounts. So I go down here to search forms and instructions. On the bottom right, I click on this button. I come here, list all current forms and instructions. I click on this button. It brings up a whole page. There's over 2,300 different files. I want to find 969. Publication 969, titled Health Savings Accounts and Other Tax Favored Health Plans. Revision date is 2019. Posted date is February 18th, 2020. I click on the link. It takes me here. I'm going to scroll down and explain. I'll read some portions of what this publication has. Health Savings Accounts, HSAs. A health savings account, HSA, is a tax-exempt trust or a custodial account you set up with a qualified HSA trustee to pay or reimburse certain medical expenses you incur. You must be an eligible individual to qualify for an HSA. No permission or authorization from the IRS is necessary to establish an HSA. You set up an HSA with a trustee. A qualified HSA trustee can be a bank, an insurance company, or anyone already approved by the IRS to be a trustee of individual retirement arrangements, IRAs, or Archer MSAs. The HSA can be established through a trustee that is different from your health plan provider. Your employer may already have some information on HSA trustees in your area. Benefits. What are the benefits of an HSA? You may enjoy several benefits from having an HSA. You can claim a tax deduction for contributions you or someone else or someone other than your employer make to your HSA, even if you don't itemize your deductions on Schedule A, Form 1040 or 1040-SR. Contributions to your HSA made by your employer, including contributions made through a cafeteria plan, may be excluded from your gross income. The contributions remain in your account until you use them. The interest or other earnings on the assets in the account are tax-free. Distributions may be tax-free if you pay qualified medical expenses. See qualified medical expenses later. An HSA is portable. It stays with you if you change employers or leave the workforce. Qualifying for an HSA. To be an eligible individual and qualify for an HSA, you must meet the following requirements. You are covered under a high deductible health plan, HDHP, described later, on the first day of the month. You have no other health coverage except what is permitted under other health coverage later. You aren't enrolled in Medicare. You can't be claimed as a dependent on someone else's 2019 tax return. High Deductible Health Plan, HDHP. An HDHP has a higher annual deductible than typical health plans and a maximum limit on the sum of the annual deductible and out-of-pocket medical expenses that you must pay for covered expenses. Out-of-pocket expenses include co-payments and other amounts, but don't include premiums. An HDHP may provide preventative care benefits without a deductible or with a deductible less than the minimum annual deductible. Preventative care includes, but isn't limited to, the following. It shows a whole list. I'm going to stop here. And going back to what I read here in the first couple of paragraphs, essentially, with an HSA, you have your high deductible health plan first. And this is when you elect to open an HSA account. So this HSA account allows you to put in, you set it up to have your pre-tax dollars come out of your gross income, however much you want, to go into your HSA account. And there is a limit. You can't go above, I don't know, for single is 3,600 for 2020. That was up from $50, up from 35.50 in 2020. For a married couple, there's it's just about double. Don't quote me on it, but there is an amount, it's roughly double of what single is. So you can put in your contributions that go up to the annual limit. And when some set a minimum balance to gain interest. So as you grow your account and you start getting that balance and you go from there, it gains interest. And that's also not taxed. So you have pre-tax dollars, you have money going in, it grows to a certain limit, and going from that limit to the annual limit itself, it grows interest. And then when you have your HSA debit card and you spend it on pre-qualified expenses that's linked to the account, that's also not taxed. So that is a triple tax savings. It's a huge benefit instead of using your after-tax dollars to spend on medical care. One more thing I wanted to point out. This is under qualifying for an HSA. Also, you may be an eligible individual even if you receive hospital care or medical services under any law administered by the Secretary of Veterans Affairs for a service-connected disability. So for many veterans who have a service-connected disability who are under the VA's coverage, you can still be an eligible individual for an HSA. So don't let that deter you from getting your HSA and creating, that tax savings plan right away. That is all that I have. Take the information, continue research, talk to your employer to see if you can get an HDHP, a high deductible health plan, to see if you can elect it at some point throughout your career, to see if you can set up your HSA and start saving money right away so that you're not paying taxes on that money, which you can also spend on medical care. So that's all that I have. I hope you enjoyed it. Continue to do your due diligence, do your research to make the best informed answer. Thank you.